feel like my days and my nights are getting mixed up, mostly because I'm not doing a whole lot during my days. I'm still really sleepy, but I'm gonna try and get up and try and do some stuff. Wear myself out so that I can sleep tonight, because I do have doctor's appointments tomorrow, and I can't be super tired with them. Always fun when you're in line at Walgreens and bam, you start getting the whooshing sounds in your ears and the tunnel vision. Like, oh, line, please move a little faster so I don't pass out before I can check out. Oh, thankfully it did, and thankfully I didn't pass out in the middle of Walgreens. It sent me rushing back to the car, which thankfully I got a ride there, so no worries. Didn't drive when I was gonna pass out, but I did not feel good, and hopefully that we can get this all sorted soon enough. Another early morning. Not sure if I'm gonna end up sleeping tonight because it's 3 a.m. and I have to be up in 3 hours to go to my doctor's appointment in an hour away. And I just cannot, for the life of me, fall asleep. Hopefully the doctor's appointment later today is fruitful. Have the gastroenterologist to deal with some of my gastro issues, and then I have the endocrinologist to see what's going on with my pituitary and if that could be causing some of my issues, because I have a little mass there and it wasn't secreting anything, but it now is secreting something or is pressing on something that's causing it to secrete something. Not quite sure what's going on with that, but my numbers have been off. My last blood test for my prolactin, so I don't know how much people know about prolactin, but it's a hormone secreted by the pituitary. Kind of sounds like what it does. One of the things is it causes lactation in breasts. I'm not getting that, but I have high prolactin levels. And there's prolactin, and then there's this macroprolactin that is not biologically active. Basically, it doesn't count. That's all I know, is it doesn't really count. And so you can have a high prolactin level when they test your prolactin, but unless they take out the macroprolactin, then you don't necessarily know if that's truly high or not. And mine is, when they've been taking out the macroprolactin, they put in, I don't remember what they put in, I will have to look it up. They put in something that makes the macroprolactin go out, and you can measure then just that biologically active prolactin. But in my last blood test, something didn't quite make sense. What happened is the part that has the macroprolactin taken out is actually higher than the full prolactin level, so that's not possible. Well, I don't think that's possible unless there's this thing called a hook effect, where there's so much of something that it's actually causing it to read at a lower value, but I don't think that's what's happening. I feel like what happened is they mixed up the two tests, but I can't prove that, so I have to call the lab and figure out what happened. but I doubt I'm going to be able to do that before my doctor's appointment at 8 a.m. We know it's high, like both of them are high, both of them are quite high. Not like scary, you're gonna die high, but high enough that it's concerning. It sounds like there's maybe some medication that I can try. If it is just like a microadenoma that's secreteless, then there's something that I can take that will decrease the size of that. If it's not, I think it's more complicated. And again, cart ahead of the horse, need to talk to the doctor, but I like to go in, prepared, having an idea of what's going on, what's wrong, what are the options. Worst case scenario, it's surgery, but hopefully we don't have to go down that route because I don't especially want brain surgery. Hopefully we can figure it out, and it's as simple as just taking a pill or just riding this out, and nothing more than that. So I'm all ready to go to my appointment because I'm seeing a new doctor today. I did make the effort of putting at least a little bit of makeup on. I do find that, we all know doctors are humans and they have preconceived notions about, who you are. They make impulse decisions on who you are and why you're there and what's going on. And one of those things is if you go in and you look a mess, or you're in sweats and your hair's a mess, look terrible. The really sad thing is they're probably not going to look past that. And they're going to say, well, you sure you're not depressed or anxious? Depression and anxiety goes along with any, illness, and especially long-term illness or illnesses, chronic illnesses or illnesses that you can't figure out. They won't see past it. There's only been a few instances where this has kind of backfired. It took a number of instances of this happening for me to realize, if I go in and look like how I feel, look like crap, they won't see past that, despite the fact that that's how I feel, which is terrible, but it's the reality of it. So I definitely didn't feel well enough today to put on, foundation and contouring, all of that, and so it's definitely a everyday kind of makeup look. It's light eyeshadow and some mascara, a little bit of lip gloss, but it's something. It shows an effort, and I think doctors like to see that. It's sad that you have to think about your appearance when going to the doctor because, they should be able to think past that. But they are human, and, we all have our biases, and it's human. It's human to judge people on how they look, on their first appearances. So I think presenting a put together look of, I'm not in sweats, you don't have to be like dressed to the nines, you don't have to be in a dress, you don't have to be, look super nice. I'm just going in a casual sweater and jeans, but to not be in pants and to have a little bit of makeup on shows that there's effort on my part. So I think it makes a difference. back from all my appointments. Gosh, looking ratchet. And this eyeshadow is much more intense than I thought this morning. But my gastroenterology appointment went well. I get the super fun, super exciting colonoscopy. Yeah. But hopefully they can figure out what's going on with me and why some of this icky stuff is going on. And then they might end up doing an upper endoscopy at the same time, which is where they put a tube down your throat, as opposed to the other end. But that will depend on what they find. Beyond that, they didn't have a whole lot of insight. They want to see what happens with these tests. The endocrinologist appointment went well. I did get the lab sorted before my appointment. Not sure I'm gonna use that lab ever again. At least not for that test. They were able to run the sample again and fix it. Still doesn't make, like, how they fixed it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth on the validity of the test, or at least their run of the test. So I think in the future I'll probably have that test run elsewhere. But the good news is the endocrinologist isn't super worried. Really bad symptoms that I'm having aren't consistent with high prolactin levels. I am having, like, I'm not skipping periods, but I'm having really regular periods. But because I'm not skipping them, she's not super worried. And I'm not having any lactation issues, and those are, like, the two big signs that something would be going very, very wrong. And those aren't happening, so yay. No brain surgery for me. Not that there'd be brain surgery. She even said that if that was the case, it'd just be medications to try. But we discussed going on the medications, but I didn't want to add yet another medication if I didn't have to. So right now we're just gonna wait it out. I can deal with some irregular periods. I've been dealing with it most of my life. They're just a little more irregular than normal. Sorry if this is gross to some people. Women bleed. Crazy. So, so she wasn't super worried. Just follow up and figure it out from there. So, all in all, pretty good day with pretty good results with appointments, which makes me happy. Yay! I like when they're not terrible and it's not like, oh, nothing's wrong, but at the same time, it's not. Hey, you're gonna die. I don't know what else to say. Other than they were good appointments, and hopefully I'll continue to figure out what's going on. Hopefully the gastroenterology test, the colonoscopy, and possible endoscopy will show something that's fixable. And if it's fixable, then I can get back to my life, at least on that side of things. And maybe that'll solve more issues. Maybe I'm reacting to that, and that's why I'm getting lightheaded or weak. I don't know. We'll see. So I have more doctor's appointments later this week, but thankfully no more today. And for now, I'm want to take a nap because I didn't sleep well last night and I'm quite tired. So